corner, this is Lawrence Bonds.
Well, when you talk about super heavyweights, this is one of the guys that springs to mind. Lawrence Bonds, well over that 300-pound mark, and this is a guy who either knocks his opponent out or gets knocked out. There's really no in-between for Lawrence Bonds.
Well, those are great guys to watch fight. You know it's going to be exciting whether he wins or loses.
And this is a guy who's just got nothing but power. Sam, this is a big, big man. And Bonds can end a fight against anybody with one good punch.
I'm very excited for this one. Very excited to see Fuchs get back in the ring. I think this is going to be a very exciting matchup.
And as you watch on pay-per-view, you look at the size of Lawrence Bonds at the prep point. That's why this is a super heavyweight title fight.
His opponent making his way out to the red corner. Everybody please welcome Jeff Fuchs.
Well, this is one of the most popular fighters in London, Jeff Fuchs, and this is his first fight back, Sam, since I think everybody by now has seen the video when he fought Brian Bearpaw Jordan and broke his leg severely.
Yeah, I remember I was there and it was pretty hard to watch. It was, I think it turned everyone's stomach. Great to see him back here. It's going to be interesting to see if that affects him at all, if he's a little tentative throwing any kicks or taking kicks.
I mean, when you talk to the people around Platinum MMA and they describe Jeff Fuchs, you get the same sort of idea from everyone. Big, strong, and as tough as they come. This is a guy who can, again, much like we talked about with Lawrence Bonds, can end any fight with one swing of his right hand.
Just look at the guy. He's a monster.
Yeah, get a good look on the pay-per-view at the size of Jeff Fuchs when you see him come through the doors. I mean, this is the kind of guy who, Sam, you said it earlier, you wouldn't want to meet him in a dark alley, but actually one of the nicest guys you could meet. But that's outside the cage. Jeff Fuchs comes into this fight as well with a significant height and reach advantage over Lawrence Bonds.
Gotta watch out for guys like somebody that big. There's so much weight behind their punches. Either one of these guys can end this fight at any moment.
And here we go, fight fans. The following contest is being brought to you by Drive Time, Black Diamond Bar and Grill, and Pro Tire Incorporated. Scheduled for 5 rounds in the super heavyweight division, this is the PAFC Super Heavyweight Championship. Introducing your fighters. First, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black trunks trimmed in red. Standing 5 feet 9 inches tall, he weighed in at 301 pounds. He's a freestyle mixed martial artist, bringing with him to the cage an experienced record of 16 wins against only 6 losses. Representing Team Chaos, fighting out of Saginaw, Michigan, USA, this is Lawrence Monster Bonds! His opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trunks. Standing 6 feet 3 inches tall, he weighed in at 265 pounds. He's a freestyle mixed martial artist, bringing with him to the cage a record of 2 wins and only 1 loss. Representing Team Fuchs of Platinum MMA, fighting out of London, Ontario, Canada, here is Jeff, Mr. Pound for Pound. Referee Jesse Groves with fight instruction.
Alright fellas, we're scheduled for 5 rounds for the strap. Any questions from the blue corner? No questions from the red corner? Listen to obey my instructions. If you want to touch gloves, come on through.
Here we go, London. This matchup is scheduled for 5 rounds or less for the PAFC Super Heavyweight Championship.
The phrase, "this is going to be a collision," is overused. But this is literally going to be like 2 NASCARs running into each other. And right away, Bonds comes out attacking Jeff Fuchs.
Bonds looking to close the distance.
Oh, Fuchs loaded up that right hand.
He's going for the home run.
And he caught that right hand over the top. Bonds trying to track him down. Bonds with the uppercut, now over the top. Fuchs using that left jab.
Very exciting start. I would not want to be in front of one of these punches.
No, one of these punches could stop a charging rhino.
Both these guys are throwing some heavy leather right now.
Jeff Fuchs is really loading up that right hand. That time landed in a combo. That time caught him with the right. Bonds comes in with a punch. Oh, big body kick. Sam, there's not a whole lot of finesse in this one.
Not so far. It's good to see Fuchs throwing some kicks. Good to see that he's testing out that leg. Seems confident with it.
Bonds trying to track him down to the cage. Yeah, Fuchs clearly with no thoughts of that terrible incident that happened with his leg. He's throwing a couple of really hard leg kicks. Lawrence Bonds.
Good knee to the body.
Now Lawrence Bonds now pressured right in front of us. And again, Fuchs is trying to load that right hand. Bonds breathing a little deeper here. Both guys a little tired. Nice.
Good kick to the body. That's not... Bonds is starting to look tired. If Fuchs keeps throwing those left kicks to the body into that liver, I really think it's going to help slow Bonds down.
And now right here, Sam, Bonds trying to make Fuchs carry a little bit of that weight, as he's going to have to find a way to swing around. Lawrence Bonds looks like he's almost gassed here in round number 1.
He did come out with a pretty furious pace for 2 heavyweights, right there. And you gotta think, 2 guys with this much muscle mass, it just takes a lot of oxygen to keep those muscles working, right?
Kind of first round. And I don't know if a lot of people would have predicted it, but we're going to round 2.
I didn't see it coming.
Lamborghini lurking. begging for your life, 'cause that's a lost cause. High stakes, body
In a
armor,
fight like
suicide,
this,
so
the win
This
could
is
come
all for
down,
kings and this
the
is
title
them.
could come down to who lands the next big right hand. As you get a look into the Fuchs camp corner,
Seconds out.
both of these guys breathing heavily as we get set to start round 2.
Make some noise, London. Round 2.
Big deep breaths on both sides.
It'll be interesting to see if it doesn't look like they're going to slow the pace down any in the second round.
Although it slows a bit here, it's got to be hard for these two grappling along the cage, Sam. Trying to move the other is a Herculean task.
This is, it's a tiring game playing this kind of clinch game and turning each other on the cage, especially, especially when you weigh 300 pounds.
Well, I made the NASCAR analogy earlier, but probably more like two big monster trucks just bumper to bumper. And somebody had a hold of the cage there.
You've got a one warning for Jeff Fuchs for holding the cage. We lost a point there. 1 point's been deducted from Jeff Fuchs, so that puts him at a deficit already in this round.
Well, that's tough, especially in a fight like this, because one big right hand can completely change the course of this fight and this title. And these two guys just look exhausted, but they're still throwing.
These guys are both starting to fatigue a little bit. It could come down to a battle of who's got the best cardio.
I mean, Sam, this has got to be a bit of a tough question because you're looking upwards of a bunch of weight classes, but if you're in this type of situation where you know both you and your opponent are gassed, what kind of game plan can you have?
Really, the smartest plan when you get to that point is to abandon trying to get the knock.
And there's Jeff Fuchs just tapped.
Jeff Fuchs has some kind of injury. Let's hope it's not his leg again.
Jeff Fuchs got taken in the corner.
We couldn't see what happened there.
He was taken down and tapped out due to strikes.
Some type of injury there for sure. Didn't seem like any significant strikes were being landed to his head. I have to imagine that there's some type of injury here.
Unfortunate end to a super heavyweight title fight, but something happened with Jeff Fuchs along this side of the cage, and Sam, whether it was either how hard he hit or the way he fell, something just wasn't right. Is going to be your PFC super heavyweight champion as he gets a tap out due to strikes in the second round. As whether it was a situation of injury or Jeff Fuchs just unable to continue.
This is an interesting celebration after winning the title. Bonds is sitting down. Catching his breath.
This is something new. These two men are physically just exhausted. And our ring announcer, Pete Trevino, just had to help Lawrence Bonds up to his feet. Well, again, Sam, it would be very interesting to know what happened there at the end. Is Jeff Fuchs either just physical exhaustion or some sort of injury on his way down to the canvas? But Lawrence Bonds hadn't landed that much.
I didn't see any strikes that got landed that
Ladies and gentlemen, clap your
that
hands
looked like
for
they
both
would have caused him to tap out. So I have to assume there was either an injury or yeah, it's possible that it was just sheer fatigue, but he didn't seem like he was,
your winner,
in that state yet.
Submission and new PAFC Super Heavyweight Champion, Lawrence Monster Bonds.
Help me!
Get your papers in there, champ.
So Lawrence Bonds is your PAFC Super Heavyweight Champion.
Lawrence. You got yourself one of the best belts in mixed martial arts, man. Wow, that's a nice belt. Congratulations, Super Heavyweight Champion, man. What do you got to say for yourself?
And I want to say, he is hard as hell. That's all I want to say. God,
He hits real hard, huh?
yeah. Really hard.
Well, you got the belt, man. You won. Congratulations. Is there anything you want to say to the cameras, to all the people around watching you on social media and whatnot?
Hey, I want to thank all my fans. I ain't gonna lie. It was a hell of an inning. We was picking my ass apart. Yes, I did!
And he won. Clap your hands, ladies and gentlemen. Super